KP Subair has been recruiting what are the foot soldiers in the global labor army for the past 25 years. On average, each client pays him $320 to be placed with a company in the Gulf. Concerned about worker rights and the safety of its citizens abroad, the Indian government now stringently regulates exchanges like this.
We now have to provide better guidance to people who go to the Gulf. We have to tell them about what to do once they get there and who to call in an emergency.
India has been exporting labor to Gulf countries for decades, but only in the past 3 years has it introduced these formal checks and balances. Regulating the recruitment business at home is the government's way of protecting its workers abroad. But in other parts of Asia, it's a very different story. Durga Kadke's husband Dol Bahadur died on a construction site in Qatar in July. She received $380 in compensation from his employer. But Durga says that's not enough to pay off the loan Dol amassed to get the job. While discussing their situation with Al Jazeera, Dol's daughter was overwhelmed by the mention of her father's death.
I don't know what I'm going to do with my children. My husband is gone. All our land has been sold off to pay the debt.
Most Nepali labourers who come from places like this put their faith in unscrupulous agents, believing what often transpired to be hollow promises of opportunity and income. Who should be held accountable for the recent deaths of Nepali labourers in Qatar has become a source of diplomatic tension.
If the Qatar government had given more attention to issues like these, perhaps things would have been different. We have also directed our embassy and our staff to effectively monitor, and we will hope to see less of these incidents in the future.
Some governments, like the Philippines, have taken it upon themselves to negotiate higher wages and better working conditions for their nationals.
It goes without saying that when we allow Filipinos to go out of this country, we also would like them to enjoy the same kind of protection that workers who do not live in the Philippines.
Many of these workers will soon be powering development in some of the wealthiest nations in the world. And for their seemingly small role, there's renewed international pressure on their countries of origin and their hosts to guarantee their well-being. Nidhi Dutt, Al Jazeera, Kozhikode, Kerala.